Hello and welcome to the Thursday night training video. I guess the video that's going to possibly start replacing the training videos for the Florida Home Watch Association. And my name's Bill. And this is Cody. Cody decided he wanted, lift up, Bubby. He decided he wanted to be on video and help. He's the secretary. He answers all the calls and telephones and writes down all the notes and gives me the telephone log. And so anyhow, today is going to be a little bit about the association itself. The Florida Home Watch Association was started in 2014. And the reason it was started had nothing to do with what it is today, in my opinion. Joanne and I was new in the business. I had 38 customers, and Joanne and I were on our way to Fort Myers to meet somebody for dinner. And we were going to drive by a home that was on the schedule for the next day, and I felt, well, let's drive by and make my day. We're driving right by anyhow. Let's stop by and just do the service call then, and save me a little time the next day. Lighten my load. And so we stopped, and as I opened the door, I heard a beep, 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 beep from the kitchen. And I knew right away it sounded like an alarm system, but they don't have an alarm. I knew this. So I go to the kitchen and I find that the oven is glowing red and the racks are starting to bend just ever so slightly because it's so hot. And I race over to it and they have two on the handles. They have two towels and they are scorched on the backside. So I run into the garage and I shut the electrical circuit breaker off for the range, and then I pulled the range out and unplugged the range. And the cabinets were so hot I couldn't grab the knobs without burning my fingers, so I took those two towels and I opened them up to help dissipate the heat. And even some of the lamination from the counter was coming off. And so what I decided to do was stick around until the range obviously was cooled off. But then I also did a little research when we got home that night, and I said, geez, that seems a bit odd. And then I did some research and I found that there are thousands of articles, at least comments, about people finding their range or stovetop, electric obviously, on when they got home. And some have caused fires. And so what we deduced was that there was a storm that day, and the lightning had struck outside and fed back to the electrical system and didn't hit the circuit breaker in a way that would shut it off, trip it. And it had a power surge which fried the override control and put the oven into self-cleaning oven mode. Had we not gotten there, I can't say that the house would have burned down, but it's a good possibility. And so at the time, there was only the only people I knew in the home watch business were Matt and Angie Masruha of Gulf Breeze Home Watch in Sarasota, Florida. The first people that I've ever helped get started in the business. And I called Matt and I said, Matt, have you ever heard of this? And he had not heard of it either. And we both had about the same number of customers. And I said, well, I'm going to tell all of my people and all of the relatives that I know. And I'm going to tell everyone that when they leave their house for any extended period of time, just to either pull the range plug or cut the circuit breaker off, shut the circuit breaker off. Matt said I'll do the same thing. So I began to run the numbers, and I know how people are. I know that I would tell my 38 customers, and they would tell possibly 10, 15, 20 people they know, and then those people would tell 2 or 3 people, and then those people will tell maybe one a month from now, or maybe even forget about it. That's just human nature. So I know that we weren't really reaching out anywhere to help anyone. It's in my nature to be helpful. I'm a middle child, so maybe I'm a little over helpful. But I said to Matt, I said, wouldn't it be good if we had an association of people, members that we could reach out to, 10, 50, 100, and then we could multiply the people that they would reach and their people would reach, and we would really help a large sum of people. And maybe if we say it enough every year to new customers, that they would tell their people, that they should when they leave for an extended period of time, turn their range off at the circuit breaker and so on. And that's how we formed the Florida Home Watch Association. And I say when we did it, Matt suggested that that would be a really good idea. I put the website together and we started collecting members. And at that time, there was no charge to the Florida Home Watch Association whatsoever. I just wanted to reach as many home watch people as possible. So it didn't take very long, maybe a couple of years, and we had a membership of nearly 70, 75 people. And when you join associations like that, unfortunately, there's an ulterior motive, and we all have that. We know that you're going to get some representation, and you're going to get some help. Maybe when you have a question and so on and so forth, there are things that you're going to get for it. You're going to receive. And at that time, I was giving, and they were receiving, and there was no monetary value, and I didn't care, nor do I care even today? And that sounds weird, but I'll get to that in a minute. And so I came to the realization about 5 years in that there were people that were like that. And I thought, I wonder what it would be like if they had actually put money into the association to help pay for the website and the servers and the changes and the conversations and the phone calls and the hours that I spent talking to people. Forwarding and benefiting their association, so that emblem and the training and all of the things that are benefits to members would be available. So I sent out an email, and the association went to like 26 members in overnight. And I wasn't surprised, because they were takers. Now, I'm not saying that's bad. It's just human nature. And when you look at it and you say, I thought I was getting all of this, now I have to pay for it, and I don't see the value in it. And they didn't ask about what the values would be or what I could do to not convince them, but express to them the benefits I think that they would have remaining members of the association. So we started to build again. And that was several years ago. I'm going to say 4 or 5. And now the association fluctuates year to year from between 40 and 60 members. And why does it fluctuate? Well, because people come in and out of the business just like any other business. Some days it's a bonus of people, and other days you lose a member or two, as we did today. Somebody decided not to continue with the home watch business. And that's what got me thinking about all of this. It saddens me when that happens. Sometimes I think that maybe if I'd talked to them or been able to help them or guide them a little differently, it would have ended up differently for them. And it's sort of a gray spot. Do you ask for help, or do I present help, or do I suggest help? So I wanted to talk about the association in a positive light, which it is. The benefits of being a member of the association. Obviously, you get once you've passed the vetting process, you get an accreditation certificate that says you're in good standing. You've passed a reasonable felony background check, a check on whether your business is actually registered with the state. You've paid your dues, and you have insurance and bonding. Your dues, your membership fee, whatever you want to call it, and it's pretty simple. And you also have to read and understand and not guarantee, but express how you want to commit to running your business with the core values in mind of the association. And basically those core values are: do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Pretty simple. Of course, there are bullet points, to express it in certain terms, like, for instance, be a good person, don't lie to people, whether they're business-related people or whether it's just in your ordinary life, not home watching, but just out at the grocery store or whatever. Be kind, courteous, help when you can, that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to read them. They're on the website. If you want to, obviously they're ready for you there. The point that I'm trying to make is you get this accreditation certificate, and then you're open to all of our free training, all of the things that are available to help you become a better home watch person. You have my telephone number. You can call me anytime. I will work with you tirelessly to make sure that you achieve or have the opportunity to achieve um, success in the home watch business. I have been blessed with being able to create 3 different companies and grow each company to hundreds of customers and helped hundreds, if not thousands, of people in the home watch industry through either doing or providing the home watch service or helping them attain a successful business and helping their customers. So I feel blessed. I also feel a weight of responsibility. So I try to do my best to make sure that I think of you, the members, and the prospective members, and what you would expect me to do in any one given situation, and to give back when I can. Um, and like I said, tirelessly, you can call me just about any time. I go to bed at 10 and I'm up at 6, so those hours I won't answer the phone. But any other time, you can give me a call. You can send me an email. You can send me a text. I will be available. So that's another benefit of being a member of the association. So we've got the accreditation, the certification, the accreditation certificate, the training that's available that's free. You get my phone call and my phone number and my email, and contact me anytime, and I will help you with anything. And if you repeat the same question 2 weeks in a row, I'll still answer it as best I can. 3 weeks in a row, I'll answer it. If you continue to, like you even have a concussion and keep, having the same problem or looking for the same question with a different solution, I'll still listen and I'll still help as best I can. And so there's some value in that. And if you don't think that there is, then don't join the association, don't renew. Those are real values. And then, of course, there is a certification process where you can go through a training session or training sessions and become certified by the Florida Home Watch Association and be able to discuss that with potential customers. Hang that on your wall, take it in your flip book if you're doing that as in your service presentation to new potential customers. And so that's all very important. And the other thing is, if you're brand new and or even if you're not brand new for that matter, but you're meeting with a new customer and they want to ask, what are your qualifications? You can say, well, I'm a member in good standing with the Florida Home Watch Association. I've been going through or have completed their training process. I have the direct telephone number to the association training person. And if I run into or stumble upon something that I don't understand or that I have a question about, he's always available to answer it for me. And he has 12 plus years of experience, 12 to 13,000 service calls underneath his belt, has helped hundreds, if not thousands, of other service calls out there. And so he has a little bit of knowledge, and I can just call him, and he's there. I can FaceTime with him, and if we're close enough, he'll even come out and help me work through the problem. So what organization do you know that will do that? Probably not very many. And so my point is, there's a lot of reasons to belong to the association, but one of them that nobody talks about is how willing, how available the other members are. That if you were to strike up a conversation with them or a friendship, or reach out to them if they don't know you and just say, hey, look, I just joined the association, or I've been a member for a year and I've always wanted to talk to you. I know you're in my area. Can we have a cup of coffee? I got a couple questions. I promise you, those people that stuck with it, and those people who have come after, they're going to reach out. They're going to reach back out to you. Maybe not in the time frame that you expect. Maybe it'll be a week or two or a month. Maybe they're busy. Maybe it'll just be a telephone call. Maybe it'll be an email. But they will respond. I promise they will. And that's the commitment that I feel all of our members have. I don't know of anybody that wouldn't. I've never heard of anybody that didn't. And so when you talk about an organization that you might want to participate in, you have to ask yourself, what do I want from it? And what am I willing to do for it? Because it has to be a two-way street. It cannot be just you getting something from it and not being available when something's asked of you. And it won't be for me. I'm talking about other members. Or maybe there'll be that point in a time where you know someone's struggling. Maybe you've heard it, maybe whatever. And you know they're struggling, or you know where they're at. And you say, hey, look, I see that Bill just sent out this email, and we've got these new members here in Bradenton, or we've got these new members wherever. I'm going to reach out to them and ask them, hey, look, I've got a couple years underneath my belt. Do you want to have a cup of coffee? Or maybe, do you have any questions? Or is there anything that you have, an idea or a question about in this particular area, meaning the area of service, I can help you with? I know that seems bizarre, and if you're watching this and you're not a member, or you're thinking about being a member, and all of a sudden you say to yourself, why would I be the member that would reach out to what I consider a competitor? Somebody new in my area? No, not me. Well, most home watch companies, at least here in Florida, and it's been my experience, have a target market number of people that they're going to provide service for in a year. Excuse me. What I mean by that is you can maybe handle 30 people in your spare time, part-time type of scenario for your business model. You can handle 50. You don't, hi Bobby, back again, going to help with the session. And that's going to be the amount that you can handle. Well, if that's the case, why would you think anybody's a competitor? You're going to get yours, and then you're going to have an overflow that you can't handle. Maybe that new person could be an outlet for those people so they get a good qualified service. And yeah, sure, you're giving a bit of yourself or your business away, but it's like having a cup that you're filling with water, and because you don't want anybody else to drink from it or drink of it, the water, you let it run onto the counter. That's not a good business model. I promise you that if you reach out and you help somebody because you're at or close to, and you help them and give them a leg up, two things will happen. I promise you, two things will happen. The first thing is they'll never forget it. They should help somebody else, and they will. That's the first thing. So now you've helped somebody you don't even know, that it doesn't even exist today. The second thing that'll happen is that you never know where the grace of God will come. And what I mean by that is you may be in a pickle one day. And what I mean by that is a pickle. You broke your leg. You can't go out and provide the service. You've created this relationship with this person, and you lean on them a little bit. You say, hey, look, Sam, I broke my leg. I'm not going to be able to go do home watch service calls for a week or two. Can you help me out? Sam's going to do everything he can, or she can, if it's a Sam female, to help you. And the reason being is that they remember that when they needed, you were there. And so that's one way. The other way is maybe Sam, unfortunately, does well, but life happens and he or she has to move back to wherever they came from. And now there's 30 or 40 other customers over here, and you figure out a way that maybe if you hire somebody that you can take on more, and all of a sudden your business grew. Now you can't do it with those ulterior motives, but that happens. It's happened to, it's happened to me over and over and over again. I've had people literally just give me their customers. Please take care of them, Bill. And not once, not twice, but 3 times. And so, not because I'm a genius or I'm just a person that's trying to get by, that saw the opportunity to help somebody, and it didn't work, and it paid off in another way. And so those are things we don't know about. Those are variables that we can't be sure of, right? But I just believe that when you do things like that, it comes back and it comes back and it pays you dividends throughout the rest of your life. So yeah, you have to be available to be helpful. And I promise you, it's always going to be worth it in the long haul. And we're all in this for the long haul, I would think, right? Nobody starts in the home watch business and never should start in the home watch business thinking I'll do this for a year or two and that'll be a good gig for that period of time and then I'm done. And if that's who you are, again, I don't need you. We don't need you. The association doesn't need you. And that's not being smart and that's not being mean. It's just being honest. So, given that we're thinking this way and talking this way, we do want the association to grow. And it doesn't mean you have to be involved every week. And it doesn't mean you have that this is going to consume your life. It's not that. It's just whenever you see the necessity or the availability of some point in time where you may decide to help or could help, be available. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. And I promise you that the association and the membership that you have with this association is going to be a good thing for you short term and long term. And that's why most people who are still here and who have been here for 5, 6, 7 years or longer. I still have some people that were with me back in 2014 in the association. It's because of their heart and their commitment to give back when, it might be once or twice a year. It might not be once or twice every 2 years or 3 years, but they're available and ready to do that. And those are the people who stick with it and stay with the association long term. That's the folks, that's the businesses. Those are the members I cherish and I want you to be. And if you are, then there won't be a time that you'll call me and I won't answer or help you and go out of my way to be there for you, because I'm asking that of you today and I ask that of you every year. And I appreciate you and I want you to know that. And so the association has value to all of us, but only if we all work it in some way, shape, or form, a little bit at a time, a little bit a year or every other year. And if you have any questions about anything that you can do to help, I'm all ears. Give me a call, text me, email me, and I'll take the phone call and maybe together we can figure out the next direction, because I don't know it all. I'm just muddling along here trying to be a home watch guy that helps people gain a little knowledge on the business and become successful to whatever degree it is you want to be successful. And so I told you it was going to be short when I first started out. I think I better have. At least that was on my notes of things to say. It's short because this week has been a rough week for me. I'm not asking for people to reach out. I appreciate it if you thought that. It's just been a really rough week, and I'm just not into a 40 or 50-minute video. I just am not. Today's going to be my Friday. I'm taking tomorrow off. It's just been one of those weeks for me. But anyhow, hey, next Thursday, I promise there would be a little bit better video than this one, although I hope this one was some value to you as far as training and giving you some more information about how you can improve your business. But I still believe that one of the best values that you have in the home watch industry, especially if you're in Florida, is to be a member of the Florida Home Watch Association. And I hope I didn't scare you off, anybody who's been considering it, because I talked about expecting a little bit back. I don't. I mean, I would hope that you'd feel that way, but I'm not keeping a tally somewhere. It's not a spreadsheet, and it's not in my computer anywhere. And I have too much in my mind or on my mind to keep score up there. So anyhow, I hope to see you next week in these videos, and I'm hoping that these are beneficial, and I hope that they would be evergreen, meaning that there would be something that not only you as members today can appreciate, but new members 4 years from now can sit down and say, geez, I talked to Bill the other day, and he's that same guy that I saw in the video from 2025. So have a good week, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.